global PvP coming to phase 2. So yeah, we're potentially getting PvP across the entire globe in phase 2. Shane does go on to mention this could come with potential risk, but also potential reward, and that the few people that know about his plans for it are excited. So let's see what becomes of that. Now Shane does go on to imply that we've already paid for our land and should expect most of the future releases to either be free for us landholders, or for our land to be able to produce what we require, or something we can trade others to then build or unlock the next feature. For example, land spawning jewels and resources. Jewels having a slotting utility, and resources in the future being what we use to create building components. Shane mentions going forward, revenues will continue to come from future land sales and fees from transactions, such as the cut they take from jewels and property sales. He does then say there's a number of other areas, but he doesn't have time to go into those. But I will add to those. One of the big ones will be ad revenues, product placement and sponsorship kinds of deals, potentially like the HSBC and Disney logos we've already seen. There's another video on that if you're interested. When we get other games also linking into the Earth 2 platform, there'll likely be transaction fees from those too. Not to mention, as soon as Essence launches and starts trading, that's going to put a big chunk of change in not just the players' wallets, but Earth 2's too. This will be pretty much continuous revenue stream as long as the platform is a success. We then have things that are pure speculation, such as my Earth 2, the world's biggest resource database, that could potentially add to those revenues too. My point is, there's tons of areas where Earth 2 can bring in revenue without putting the burden on the players. So for that, Shane, I thank you. Shane is big on player ownership. For the time, effort and money we've put into the platform, he wants things we own to hold some monetary value for us. He wants us to be able to buy, sell and trade the things that we own. He does also go on to state we will need to spend or lock up Essence to generate raw materials. To me, that certainly sounds like he's hinting at staking rewards, which would be awesome. Now, Earth 2 was almost launched as a crypto project, but their lawyers advised them to launch as fiat. To be honest, I think that was a really good call. I don't think we would have anywhere near the number of users that we have now had you only been able to buy via crypto. It's unlikely I would even be here. I've learned a little about crypto since joining E2, but I certainly didn't have a clue when I bought my first tiles. The first step of resources going live will be existing plots of land displaying which resources exist on them. This only being on properties that are player owned, and it won't show amounts for now. Shane then states players should be aware of the risk that buying close to these properties with these resources doesn't necessarily guarantee your plot will have the same, so bear this in mind when you do go looking for resources. These will start with gold and oil heat maps, with a couple of weeks testing to ensure things work as they should before rolling out other resource heat maps. Shane also states everything, including the player validations, is still on time and should be released during quarter 2. We then hear about the rewards and penalties for player validation. Rewards for correct validations and penalties for false ones. Remember, player validations isn't about deciding what resources are where, but it is simply you giving an upvote so the E2 team can review that particular property faster. Lastly, Shane says there's a vlog coming over the next 24 hours and that there's hints in these and things we should listen out for. So I think there's potentially something big in the next one that's dropping, so keep your eyes and ears open for that. As always, thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have an amazing day.